There are currently 20 open positions for police officers in Harrisburg. Pittsburgh is down 75 officers, and Philadelphia, a whopping 700. Meanwhile, President Biden wants to hire another 100,000 across the U.S. So how do you fill all those spots in a tight job market for a profession that's one of the most dangerous in the country? We took that question to some young folks in Harrisburg, and while some of the answers were predictable, we did find the one job perk that made all of them at least consider signing up. In the heart of Harrisburg, in the shadow of the Capitol, dozens of young people are training to one day make this their profession. At the gym with the perfect name for this story, we sought out some young adults to see what it would take for them to consider another challenging career, one that also deals with punishment. All right, here's the question. How do you feel about police officers?
Perception is greatly negative in the policing field. We fight that perception every day.
Police Captain Ata Akakbo Martin has been with the Harrisburg Police Department for more than 20 years. Among his jobs now, hiring new officers.
Be the change. That's been our slogan.
That's a taste of what he's been saying at colleges, high schools, and job fairs. But we wanted him to see what folks are really saying away from the cops when asked these questions. How do you feel about police officers?
I'm skeptical sometimes. Not like abusing their power, their law of power, as long as they're using it the right way.
Would you ever consider being a police officer?
I would consider being a police officer as far as like in my community that I grew up in.
I'll be honest, it'd take a lot of money. I used to consider being a police officer when I was a kid, but not like how the world is going, everything's going.
I think they're very honest in their answers. The one gentleman that said about it would take a lot of money.
Right now, the current starting salary for a Harrisburg police officer is $55,000 to $60,000 a year. By the end of a 20-year career, it gets closer to $80,000. So our next question is, how much money would it take for you to become a police officer?
What do I think they're going to answer?
Yes.
$100,000?
All right, raise your hand if you would do the job $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year.
I'm gonna need six numbers, man. I'm gonna need six figures, man.
Pretty spot on with their answer there. As nice as we would love to be paid for our worth, it's understood it's never going to be equal.
But that doesn't mean it can't be competitive in another way. You guys know about retirement, how that works? It took some explaining.
If you want like more police officers in the world in general, in the U.S., they should raise the
Right, but you're not working anymore, but you're still getting paid. That's the pension part of it. So you get to retire, but you're still getting money coming in, rewarding you for sticking it out and staying in that long. I felt a change in them when they understood what a pension was. First of all, they didn't know.
I mean, any job really, you know, for retirement, you're gonna have to put in at least.
Well, that's the difference. There's not many jobs that have it anymore. Really? My job doesn't have it. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the percentage of jobs with a pension now is around 20%. And CNN Money claims if you take out government jobs, that number is just 4%, down from about 60% in the early 1980s. It shows me that is a huge selling point. But when you leave those other professions, it's over. The city of Harrisburg has a two-tiered pension system. 70% of your salary for some. For new officers is at 50% of your salary after retirement.
It is one of the highlights that we mentioned.
But should they highlight it more? You're going to go with my poster. Want to get paid 40 grand to not do anything? Hang out with us for 20 years.
Sadly, people have that idea that police don't do anything nowadays anyway. So that's something that, I don't know if that slogan would be catchy.
Maybe drastic, it's the rough draft. But I mean, I think like something catchy like that would at least bring them in. But the point still hits home. After mentioning the pension, each of these guys at least considered the idea of becoming an officer. And one sounds real interested.
I feel like that's not a bad idea because you get money after you're done working for those 20 years, you know, after those long 20 hard working years. Yeah. I feel like that's worth it.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Getting people to understand that there is 20 years of a lot of work that you've got to put into to achieve that bonus on the back end.
Okay, so our marketing sign needs some more work. This profession will always be challenging and never about getting rich.
Shout out to other police officers out there risking their lives on the streets.
But seeing the whole picture, starting with pensions, could help more people at least give it a shot.